Okay, I think we are ready.
Alrighty, good afternoon. Welcome to Humphries Go Team meeting, where we will follow the agenda as it has been emailed to you and publicly noticed. I am pleased to call this meeting of the Humphries Go Team to order. I will act in the capacity of the interim Go Team chair for this meeting only. Our first order of business to call roll. Who served as secretary last year?
That
Okay,
would be Mr. Trimble.
Yep, so you'll be appointed interim secretary this year. Will you serve as Ms. Campbell? Will you serve as the interim secretary only for this meeting? Our official secretary for the 23-24 school year will be elected during this meeting. The interim secretary will now take roll.
Please respond present when your name is called. Jaron Trimble.
It's Jerron, but yep, I'm here.
I will get that right sometime. Tiara Barnes. Abigail Reese-Kelly.
Present.
Okay. Ms. Barnes? I see you up on the screen, but I'm not hearing you. We'll go on and come back.
I'm present. Sorry.
Okay, that's all right. Damian Marshall. Alexa Smith.
It's Damian, but he may be joining us in a minute.
I can't get anybody's name. Michael Charles.
Present.
Kenya Spencer. Okay.
Okay. This team will only be able to take official action if a quorum is present. Ms. Campbell, is there quorum present?
We have 7 members, and according to the handbook, when we have 7 members, we only need 4 people here. So yes, there is a quorum present.
Okay, our first order of business is to approve the agenda. This is provided to you, and copies are here in the chat. Ms. Campbell, you mind loading those into the chat, please?
From
Can you get them?
the chat?
No, to upload them into the chat.
I'm sure.
I can do it if you don't have them handy.
I can get them.
Okay. But they were all provided through email, actually a couple of times. May I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I move that we approve the agenda for today's organizational meeting.
Is there a second?
A second.
Okay. Are there any amendments to the agenda as it is printed? Okay, if not, all in favor, please do a thumbs up reaction.
Mr. Trimble,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm having some trouble uploading the agenda. My apologies
I'll,
to the chat box.
No problem. I'll find it and get it uploaded.
It should be emailed to you today, and also it is on our website as well.
Yes, ma'am. I have it. I'll get it uploaded. Okay. All right, everyone should have it. We will now move to filling vacant seats, the open community member seat and the open swing seat. Before we begin the process, I'd like to remind the Go Team of the following. The principal brings forth the nominations for the vacant and open community seats. All Go Team members have only one vote per seat. Individuals filling a vacant seat will serve until the conclusion of the seat's term. Individuals filling an open seat will serve for the full 2-year term. Upon approval, individuals are immediately full Go Team members and may join in the meeting. All right, we will begin by filling our vacant seats. These seats which have been vacated prior to the end of the term. I have the following nominations for our Go Team's vacant seats. Ms. Smith, did you speak with the one that we talked about?
For the swing seat,
Yes, for the swing seat.
yes,
Is it a no?
I believe it is a yes.
Okay. Let's see. I don't know. Oh no. Was she reluctant to do it?
Well, no, she wasn't. When I asked her, she was
Okay.
not reluctant. So
Okay. All right. So we do have a nominee for the vacant swing seat. And it is Ms. Deborah Sumlin. Ms. Sumlin serves as Humphries' parent liaison. And she is very active with our parents, and she would make for a good, she would be able to maybe make our parents more active, not only on this body, but in the school in general. And so she really fits as just a natural fit for this Go Team. And so we will now move to fill the open suite seat. This person will serve on the Go Team for a full 2-year term. Nominations for the swing seat member may be made by any Go Team member. So if you all have additional members that may want to, that is fine. Does anyone have a nomination for the swing seat? Okay, if not, we will close the nominations at this time with Deborah Sumlin being the lone nominee. Before we begin the voting, does anyone have any additional comments or questions or discussion about the nominee? Okay, we will now proceed on the nomination of the vote for Ms. Deborah Sumlin for the swing seat. All those in favor, please notate that by your reaction key as a thumbs up. Okay. And Ms. Barnes, I have you as abstaining. Okay. Okay. Okay, so five yays and 1 abstention. Okay, we will, oh, okay, well, she did a late reaction. Okay, so now we will move to the open community member seat. This person will serve on the Go Team for a full 2-year term. At present, we don't have any nominations from me, but we will leave it open to this body if you have any nominations at this time. Okay,
I don't have any nominations
Okay.
at this time, but I'd like to add that Mr. Marshall, who also serves as a member of the GO team, works very closely with several community partners. And right now, we do know that he's attuning to school business to make sure that our students are safe. And so I believe he would have some recommendations for our community member seat as he works with several community partners.
okay. Okay, so we will table that until we get some nominees for our first meeting. Okay, at this time, we will review and approve the meeting minutes from our last meeting. The minutes have been provided for you through email. Are there any corrections? If there are no corrections, may I have a motion to approve the previous meeting's minutes?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, it's been motioned and properly seconded. All in favor, please say so by your reaction of a thumbs up. Got it, unanimous. We will now move to electing GO team officers and representatives. Before we begin the nominations, I'd like to remind the GO team of the following. Nominations do not have to be seconded. A member may nominate themselves. A member may nominate more than one person for any position. Members may not serve more than 2 consecutive terms in the same officer position at the same school. Okay, that one was a mouthful, so I'll repeat that one. Members may not serve more than 2 consecutive terms, for example, 2 years in the same officer position at the same school. Nominees do not have to leave the room during the process. If there is more than one nominee per elected office, each nominee will be offered an opportunity to share why he or she should be selected to the seat. The newly elected officers will assume their position starting at the conclusion of this meeting and serve for 1 year or until the new officer is elected. All voting members have only 1 vote per seat. Okay, any questions so far? All right, if not, first we will elect the GO team's chair. As a reminder, the responsibilities of the chair include, but are not limited to, leading all GO team meetings, working with the principal and the GO team to develop meeting agendas, ensuring every GO team member has an opportunity to be heard, monitoring team compliance. I will now open the floor to receive chair nominations.
He will probably not be happy with me, but I nominate Miss Smith to serve as chair again. She did a wonderful job last time, maintaining a very professional and very efficient meeting.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Campbell. I appreciate that, and I would be honored to continue to serve. However, I'd like to nominate Ms. Abigail Reese Kelly for chair.
I am honored, and I will also tip my hat to Ms. Smith.
Okay, anyone else have any nominations? Okay, would either of the nominees like to decline the nomination?
I would like to decline the nomination.
Okay.
I have a question about it since I know Ms. Smith did such an excellent job last year. And sometimes during the meetings, I am mobile. I just want to make sure if that's going to be okay.
I mean, it's fine with me. I think in situations like that, we have to make sure that your vice chair will be able to lead the meetings if needed. But if you're mobile, Ms. Reese Kelly, and you can still perform those duties, I don't think that'll be a problem. But if it
Okay.
does to a problem, I think if the vice chair is able, I think that would work.
Okay.
Okay. If there are no further nominations, I will close the floor. We will begin the confirmation process. We have one person being considered for the chair seat. The nominations for chair are Ms. Abigail Reese Kelly. At this time, I will offer the nominee an opportunity to explain why they are the best candidate for the position. Other Go team members may ask a nominee questions before voting. Ms. Reese Kelly, did you have anything that you wanted to say?
Now, I don't know if I am the best person for this position because that was big shoes to fill. Ms. Smith did an excellent job last year, but I would like to say that I tried to be as organized as possible, and I help run my board meeting for the foundation. So I am familiar with what needs to happen, but again, this will be my first opportunity. So I'm open for assistance.
Okay, I will say Ms. Reese Kelly is willing and a very active parent who cares about Humphries. She's always looking for the well-being of Humphries. And so to me, that's all the qualifications that's needed. But since we don't have another nominee, we will go ahead at this time. We will take a vote. Okay, please use your reactions key to vote for your choice for our Go team. We only have one nominee, so that would be Ms. Abigail Reese Kelly. So at this time, please use your reaction keys to vote. Okay, Ms. Barnes, are we abstaining? And Ms. Reese Kelly, you can vote for yourself if you like, or you can abstain. Okay. Okay. All righty, so
She can, yeah, she can go ahead. I'm
okay,
sorry, I'm mobile right now. Sorry, guys.
no problem. So that's a yes, Ms. Barnes?
That's a yes, Mr. Sherman.
Okay, all right, okay, so that's unanimous. Congratulations, Ms. Reese Kelly. You will serve as the Go Team Chair for this school year. Now we will elect the Go Team's Vice Chair. As a reminder, the responsibilities of the Vice Chair include, but are not limited to, ensuring the Go Team follows parliamentary procedure, working with the principal and chair to develop meeting agendas, acting as chair if the chair is not present. I will now open the floor to receive vice chair nominations.
I would like to nominate Ms. Smith for vice chair.
Please.
Any other nominations? Ms. Smith, can you try to contact Dr. Marshall and see if he's interested? Because if he is interested, he's handling a situation here for the school. he's actually present here at the school, but he's handling that. And if he's interested, I wouldn't want him to be decline that opportunity. Matter of fact, I think
I'll ask him. He did tell me that he was handling a home visit. So I will ask him about it, but I'm pretty certain that he would like to continue in the role as vice chair. But let me ask.
Ms. Barnett has made a note in the chat that we can table the vice chair if we want to for this meeting.
Yeah, but if one of you nominate him, we can go ahead and do it, right? I mean, if one of you nominate him. Okay, no other nominations. Okay, so right now we have one lone nomination, Ms. Smith. Ms. Smith, would you like to decline the nomination?
I would like to decline the nomination for vice chair.
Yeah. Okay, are there any other nominees? Okay, so if there are no further nominations, we will table that to next meeting. Now we will elect the Go Team secretary. As a reminder, the responsibilities of the secretary are include but are not limited to posting Go Team documents, agendas, summaries, and minutes to the website and at the school, taking minutes at Go Team meetings, ensuring Go Team is in compliance with Georgia open meetings laws. I will now open the floor to receive secretary nominations.
I would like to nominate Ms. Campbell to serve as the secretary. She did an outstanding job keeping all of our documents in compliance, as well as updating our website and all of the Go Team members. And I believe she would continue to do an outstanding job.
I will serve again, but I will vote for anybody else who wants this job.
Okay. Are there any other nominations? If there are no further nominations, I will close the floor. We will begin the confirmation process. We have one person being considered for the vice chair seat. The nomination for vice chair is Ms.
No, secretary.
I'm sorry. Oh, secretary. Oh, sorry.
Not going to get me in that job that easily.
No, I'm sorry. At this time, I'll offer the secretary nominee an opportunity to explain why she is the best candidate for the position. Other Go Team members may ask a nominee questions before voting. Ms. Campbell, would you have anything that you'd like to share with us?
I held the position last year, managed to get the minutes and the agenda up on the website and distributed. And I do have access to the website easily as a communications ambassador. And that is actually the more difficult part of this job, is getting everything up on the website in a timely manner. Thank goodness for recordings of the meetings. I think I watched each of our meetings about 3 times.
Okay. Any members have any questions for Ms. Campbell? All right, Ms. Campbell did a good job of underselling herself. She really did an outstanding job in her duties. I, for one, would be lost if it wasn't for her. So thank you, Ms. Campbell, for serving in that. And now it's time for a vote. Ms. Campbell is our lone nominee. Please indicate your pleasure for a vote with the reaction thumbs up. Okay. What did you record, Ms. Campbell?
I record that we had 4 yeses and 1 abstention.
Okay, that's good. Congratulations, Ms. Campbell. You will serve as the Go Team Secretary for this school year.
Condolences.
Now we will elect the Go Team's cluster representative. Cluster representatives may also hold another position, such as chair, vice chair, secretary. As a reminder, the responsibilities of the cluster representative include, but are not limited to, attending all cluster advisory team meetings. There will be approximately 3, and reporting back to the Go Team on the cluster advisory team meetings. I will now open the floor to receive cluster representative nominations.
I would like to nominate Ms. Smith to hold this role again, since she has turned down the chairperson and turned down the vice chairperson and tried to be invisible when it came to the secretary, but she did a very good job of representing us last year at the cluster meetings. And I would like to see her continue to do a good job, which she would if she had the position. If she wants the position.
Ms. Smith, would you like to decline the nomination?
I accept the nomination for the cluster rep.
Okay. Are there any other nominees? If there are no further nominations, I will close the floor. We will begin the confirmation process. We have 1 person being considered for the cluster representative seat. The nomination for the cluster representative is Ms. Alexis Smith. At this time, Ms. Smith, if you have anything that you would like to share to explain why you're the best candidate for the position, other Go Team members may ask Ms. Smith questions before voting.
Thank you, Mr. Trimble. As Ms. Campbell mentioned, I did serve as the cluster rep on last year. And in that position, it allowed me to assist Mr. Trimble in meeting with other principals and cluster chairs from the South Atlanta cluster. And that conversation was always very robust. And it allowed us to collaborate around how to better engage families in the South Atlanta cluster and make sure that we are aligned to the signature programming of STEM. So I would look forward to continuing to serve in that role and representing Humphries in the South Atlanta cluster.
Okay, any questions for Ms. Smith? Okay. All right, time for vote. Ms. Smith is our lone nominee. Please raise your hand by noting it on your reactions button for your pleasure in electing Ms. Smith as cluster representative. Okay. Congratulations, Ms. Smith. You will serve as the Go Team cluster representative for this school year. Okay, we will now move on to our next item of business in reviewing and updating or confirming our Go Team's public comment protocol. Public comment opportunities are available for Go Teams to hear from interested members of the community. from section 3.4 of the Go Team Handbook. Opportunities for public comment shall be provided at least 4 times in the school fiscal year and noted on the Go Team's webpage and meeting agenda. Go Team members will not provide responses or engage in direct conversation during the public comment. Each Go Team will determine a consistent method for receiving public comments and for parents and other citizens to sign up to address the team. At least 20 minutes of the time will be allotted for the public to make comments at meetings where public comment is permitted. And the public will receive at least 2 business days notice of the public comment protocol. Some tips for public comment protocol, and these are taken directly from the Go Team Handbook. The Go Team is not required to schedule time for public comment at every meeting, only just 4 times a year. Public comment should be scheduled for major action items that need a Go Team vote. That will require public input or need public buy-in. Consider the schedule of the school community for those meetings that do allow public comment in order to give your community the chance to participate. Set a specific time for your public comment period. For example, you could allot a 20-minute segment on the agenda for public comment and allow each member of the public to have 2 minutes to speak during the segment. At the end of the public comment period, the chair should choose public comment and move on to the next agenda item. Post a clear process for how individuals sign up or indicate they wish to speak. Go Team members should not respond during the public comment period. The public comment period is designed to gain input from the public, not for immediate responses by the Go Team to the public comment presented. The Go Team should listen attentively to all comments and take the summation of the comments into consideration when making decisions. Remind the public that a scheduled public comment period on the agenda is not the only means for providing input. The Go Team should encourage the public to contact them via their APS email addresses. Emails sent to the Go Team members about school concerns are also considered public comment. If there are urgent matters that need the Go Team's attention, the school can organize information sessions, or Go Team can schedule separate public comment meetings to gather that information from stakeholders. Please take a moment to review our public comment protocol and information. Are there any updates or recommendations for changes to our public comment protocol?
Ms. Campbell, I believe there was a question raised about the time of when we address public comment on our agenda, as well as when it's written in the protocol. Did we need to adjust that or have the discussion here?
The current public comment says public comment requests will be until 3 p.m. on the days of designated Go Team meetings. Public comments will occur during a 20-minute period at the beginning of the designated Go Team meetings. Each commenter will be allotted 2 minutes for comments. And then there's a form on the website for people who wish to comment to fill out, so we know that they would like to comment. So there was a question there was a question about whether we should leave it at the beginning or whether we should move it to the end.
And
Either
just-
one,
I'm sorry, Ms. Campbell.
either one has its advantages.
I know it just in my past year in serving as chair and preparing the agendas in alignment with the Go Team office, the district Go Team's office agendas, Most often, the public comment comes towards the end of the meeting. Again, in alignment with the way the district agenda is presented for Go Teams. So if this Go Team is open to adjusting our public comment protocol with moving that towards the end of the meeting, then I think everything else that we have in place can remain consistent. The Google form link, the time to submit that public comment, as well as the 2 minutes. Again, just to create alignment with the way that the district's Go Team office agenda is presented. So that would be my thoughts.
Are you making a motion that we make that change?
I move that we make that change to adjust the public comment protocol to the end of the Go Team meetings.
I will second that motion.
Just point of order, if you can include in your motion, Ms. Smith, to remain for all other aspects of the policy to remain.
Yes. I move that Humphries Go Team keep the public comment protocol as is, striking the timing of addressing public comment during the agenda to the end of the meeting.
Do I second that change in the motion?
Yes.
Then I do so.
It has been properly moved and seconded that the Go Team policy on public comment remain the same. Striking public comment will come at the end of the agenda. All those in favor, please designate that by a thumbs up reaction. All opposed? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, adhering to the agenda, we will now discuss our meeting calendar for this school year. As a reminder, our Go Team is required to have at least 6 additional business meetings this school year. 4 of the meetings must permit time for public comment. Meetings cannot be held during the instructional school day. Meetings must be live streamed and recorded, and meeting locations for hybrid meetings must be places which can accommodate the public. For example, it cannot be in a conference room. Ms. Campbell, can you ready yourself to take some of these suggestions down, please?
Yes, sir.
May I have suggestions or recommendations for meeting dates and times?
I would like to move our meetings to Tuesdays at 4:30.
Can I suggest at 3:30 on Tuesday?
Ms. Reese Kelly, we wouldn't necessarily be able to do 3:30 because we have professional learning on Tuesdays, staff professional learning, and typically that goes between 4 and 4:15.
Got it. Is it possible to make that same suggestion for a Wednesday then?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so as far as the day, we have a suggestion for a Wednesday at 3:30 and Tuesday at 4:30. Ms. Reese Kelly, with you being the chair, will Tuesday at 4:30, that is a day and time that you cannot do?
To be honest, my schedule is kind of all over the place this year, but it is easier to do it closer to that time because 5 o'clock is the deadline. I need to pick up the kids as they go to daycare. So
Okay, so let's just go ahead and say Wednesday at 3:30.
Okay.
Okay, and so now that we have the day and time, we need dates. Okay, and there needs to be 3 of them dedicated to the budget process. So late January to early February, the second one being early to mid-February, and the third in early March. So those 3, we kind of have some parameters for, but the 3 that for this semester, we would need dates for those, knowing that we would be at Wednesday at 3:30. I need to let you all know when our principals meetings, because those are held on Wednesday, and we definitely would have to stay away from those. The remaining for this semester would be September 20th. October 18th. November 15th. And December 13th. And I'll go ahead and give the ones for next semester as well, so we can just stay away from those dates. January 17th, Wednesday, February 14th, March 6th, and April 17th.
So for the beginning part of the year, September 13th, October 25th, and November 8th.
What are you asking, Ms. Campbell?
I'm suggesting these dates for the first couple of meetings. Sorry.
Okay.
Apologies, I was not very
Okay.
clear. So,
Okay.
because they do not, they avoid the principals meetings, and they also avoid us meeting during a school holiday.
No, okay, I got you.
So if anyone else has any suggestions, I'm certainly open to entertaining them, because these are just, I'm looking at the calendar here. Ms. Reese Kelly?
I was looking at the calendar. I apologize. It's my my colleagues in the background. September, you said 20th is out. The 13th, I'm at a conference, so I don't think I'll be able to do that date. I think that's the only one. And what was the other dates, Ms. Campbell?
I was suggesting October 25th and
Yep, that
November
one's
the
good.
8th.
Yep, those are good. The only one I couldn't do was the September one because I'm at a conference.
Okay, September 20th, or do you have the principals meeting on the 20th?
Yes.
Okay, so 27th?
It's good for me.
Unless, okay, I'm sorry, I was trying to think, we have to have our first meeting by September the 8th, but I think this counts as that. So
Okay.
I've got September 27th, October 25th, and November 8th. So what were the parameters for the spring meetings?
Is there
The after December meetings?
Would you all want to push the last one back a little further, because it's like a week, 2 weeks after, so there may not be many changes based on that. So would you consider maybe going before the November break or after the November break?
Didn't you say you had a meeting on the 15th of November?
Yes,
Okay, so it would have to be November 29th. So that would be after the November break. And since we're trying to avoid having a meeting in December, having it that late in November would make a lot of sense.
Okay.
So into the 2024 year, we have to have the three budget meetings, you said.
yes. So late January or early February.
Okay,
Then this next second one is mid to late February. And then
okay.
the last one is early March. And I think I gave you my dates, but I'll just run through them again.
Yeah.
January 17th, February 14th, March 6th, and April 17th.
So how about January 24th, February 28th, and March 13th?
Can you say those one more time, Ms. Campbell? I apologize.
No, I said them pretty rapidly. So January 24, February 28, and March 13.
Okay,
Okay.
so our notes say early March, and that's for budget approval. Is that going to be too late? Do we have a timeline that says when that has to be done by? Is that going to be too
March 6th is the first Wednesday in March, and you have a principal meeting on that date.
late? Okay,
So the 13th is the first Wednesday that we can meet, and you still be there. And I think it's kind of important for a budget meeting that you be there.
yes, yeah.
Yes, I think that's good. I know typically that last meeting for March is around the final budget approval. And if those dates are in alignment with how they were the previous school year, that'll happen somewhere around that March, possibly 15th or 17th, those team days. So I think that 13th might be a good place for the meeting.
Okay.
Dr.
Do I
Mark
need,
also joined the call, just so you all know.
hello, Dr. Marshall.
Hello, everyone. I do apologize. I was working with a family, I guess I should say. So I apologize.
We understand. Your work is very important to us, so the families come first. So we are discussing the meeting dates for the remainder of the year, and the ones that have been proposed so far are September 27, October 25, November 29, January 24, February 28, and March 13.
Okay, sounds good.
Campbell, my apologies. May you confirm the time of the Go Team meetings? The dates are good with me.
3:30 on Wednesdays.
3:30. Okay.
That way they're over before Miss Reese Kelly has to pick up her children from daycare. And for us, it is right after school, so we can move right into that.
Okay, that's no problem. I just raised the question in considering other parents being able to attend at that time. But I do believe that that would be sufficient, and also the meetings are recorded, so.
Yeah. Dr. Marshall, is 3:30 on Wednesdays okay with you?
Big book, y'all. Look at
Okay, so we got the dates good. Okay, we have the date and time. We now need to determine at which meetings we will allocate time for public comment. As a reminder, we must allow for public comment at least 4 times during the school year.
Last year, we had public comment at our very first meeting and at our very last meeting.
Okay, we need 2 in between.
My apologies, I misstated. Last year, we did not have public comment at our first and our last meeting. We had public comment at the 4 meetings in between.
Okay, all right. So just for the record, can you name those dates, just the 4 in between, please?
The 4 in between would be public comment at October 25th, November 29th, January 24th, and February 28th.
Okay. Now that we have determined our calendar, may I have a motion to approve the calendar?
That we approve the calendar for the 23-24 school year for the GO team.
A second?
I will second it.
Okay, all in favor, please state your pleasure by your reaction thumbs up button. Did you get Mr. Charles?
Yes.
Okay.
Did he? Okay.
Okay. Please enter these dates into your personal calendars so you do not forget. Now we will determine our GO team meeting norms. We'll begin by reviewing the initial GO team meeting norms. This is a meeting of the GO team. Only members of the team may participate in the discussion. Any members of the public present are here to quietly observe. We will be fully present. We will follow the agenda as noted to the public and stay on task. We will be respectful of each other at all times. We will be open-minded. We invite and welcome contributions of every member and listen to each other. We will respect all ideas and assume good intentions. We will approach differences of opinion with curiosity. Does anyone have any changes to these norms? Okay, if not, may I have a motion to adopt these norms for our GO team?
I move that we adopt the norms.
Okay, all in favor, please use your reaction key and your thumbs up button in favor. Okay, all opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. What did you record, Ms. Campbell?
I recorded all approval except for Ms. T. Barnes. And I did not see a response from Ms. Barnes.
Okay.
Okay,
Got it.
there we got it. Thank you, Ms. Barnes.
Okay, we will now move on to discussion items on our agenda. Are there any discussion items? Okay, so the principals update. I think the one update that's pertinent to this meeting and to the school is we did not make our enrollment numbers as of Monday, August 21st. That was the 15th day of school, and we were 11 students short. With that comes a reduction in funds of approximately, I don't have the exact number, but approximately $56,000, which is, or well, maybe about $58,000, which will be our reserve funds, which are reserved for situations like this, and then about another $1,800. So we will not or should not feel the pinch of that enrollment too much. But the ironic part of this whole thing is since Monday, meaning Tuesday and today, we've enrolled 6 kids. So, but that's life in South Atlanta cluster. So but other than that, everything is going well. I think we're all still internalizing last year's data. A lot of high points, and then a lot of areas of growth, at least growth to meet our expectations. But in just about in every metric, Humphries grew last year. In just about in every metric. Matter of fact, I can only think of one that we did, and that's proficiency in science. But outside of that, Humphries grew. And so that's good. We want everyone to feel proud of their school and the things that we're doing. So we're going to keep doing those things and keep growing. I can entertain any questions that anyone may have on this at this time. However, it's not a whole lot to share right now. We're still kind of in that beginning phase of school. Our students are taking MAP testing right now, and that will give us a little bit more direction, especially on individual students and their needs, and making sure that we meet those. But outside of that, we're off to a good start here at Humphries. Any questions?
I do have a question. Sorry, I'm in the hallway. Since Dr. Marshall joined us back, is it possible to redo those other votes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, can we just wait to the next one? Because I think that vice chair is the only one. And, I think it would just really be a formality if we did him maybe at the beginning of the next agenda.
I had a question to see if I could switch my position.
Oh.
Just because I don't know, just with the other extracurriculars, I know I'm going to be present for the meetings, but I just want to make sure that, I can kind of live up to that chairperson when I'm ready. And I think Dr. Marshall would be an excellent chairperson.
Yeah, we definitely need to do that the next week, because that means taking your resignation and then having that both votes, actually, the chair and the vice chair votes. And so, let's do that, the next one at Ms. Reese Kelly, and we'll be working on it in the meantime to go ahead and get that squared away. Because you were formally elected, we would need some resignation type thing, so.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep. Okay, does anyone else have any announcements? Okay, save the date. The Go Team G3 Summit is returning this year on Saturday, September 23rd. Join us for a day of learning all about power of connections. We hope all Go Team members can attend. The Go Team office would like to remind all Go Team members that they must complete their orientation training in order for our school's Go team to be in compliance. Please contact Ms. Campbell or the Go team office if you have any questions.
Mr. Trimmer, is it too late for announcements? I know you just asked. I just
Go
thought about
ahead,
something.
go ahead for announcements. Yep.
Yeah, I just want to let everybody know that every year our focus is attendance, right? So if we have any creative ideas that you would like to share with us to ensure that we are engaging our kids and making sure that we are building a culture where they are motivated to learn and come to school, please pass those ideas along to us. Next month is National Attendance Awareness Month. So we're going to be doing a lot of activities that month. So again, if you know any community members, if you have any ideas, any nonprofit organizations that want to participate or pour into the school regarding attendance, please let me know. Thank you.
Mr. Marshall, that's Marshall, sorry.
Yes.
I want to just get with me. I can sponsor some snacks and stuff for the school. Like I was getting the stipend before, so I'll be able to get snacks. I know you guys do a lot of, you guys gonna do like some incentives, so I can definitely help out with that. So I'm getting it back again with the company. So we'll be able
Okay,
to get
thank
more
you.
snacks.
I appreciate that.
Any other announcements? Okay, we have reached the end of our agenda. Is there any additional business at this time? Okay, may I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
It has been motioned and seconded that we adjourn this meeting. Please vote using your reactions, thumbs up for a favorable vote. Okay, unanimous. Meeting is adjourned.